Now keep in mind, Sheth showed an incredible Game 2 in their first series and then faltered hard in Game number 3. Will that be the case here? He is playing much more relaxedly as he is already going to BlizzCon.
And we have Dignitas Select spawning as the blue Terran over at the 11 o'clock position, and his opponent from Team Liquid, it's going to be Sheth as the red Zerg over here at the 5 o'clock position.
2 players from Team Liquid advancing to the BlizzCon finals, Sheth and Ret, 2 Zergs. From Dignitas, 1 of each race, Dignitas Killer, Dignitas Naniwa, and now Dignitas Select. Good representation out there. In addition, Six Jacks Major is there. I just feel bad not including him in that description, but he definitely did advance. We also see Select now taking the supply depot at his natural, or right above his natural, and Liquid Sheth continuing to drone up, likely going to be early expanding.
Now this is actually exact opposites in terms of spawning locations that we saw previous. So we might just see kind of a regame in a sense if both players try to utilize both the same strategies that we saw in that game. I'm pretty sure that Select did open up with Hellions on the map. There was also a big drop, if I remember correctly.
You know, it's so much easier to control space on the ground for Terran on this map because there is a clear center. It's just this path right through the middle. You're going to be pushing left to right towards the Zerg, and whatever side the Mutalisks are on, whether they're above your tanks or below your tanks, oh, 2 racks. Whether they're above your tanks or below your tanks, you can always drop on the opposing side, and it looks like Select, who is also very experienced with 2 racksing, will be hiding this barracks behind this bush.
Or a bush, for someone who says it normally, I would assume. But with this attack, now with this 2 racks, where that racks is he going to be able to transition out of this pretty fluidly, Sean?
I do think Select will have an easy transition. If it fails miserably, he lifts this barracks, lands it here, does the same for this one, and then takes himself a fast second base. Again, you got to count those workers. You got to wonder, where are those additional SCVs at? And it looks like Sheth is going to lose the drone. Oh no!
Oh, and he's trying
he
to take
loses
it to that Vespian geyser to make an extractor, but it will be denied. There's the SCV. He does see the fact that it was a 15 hatch, 15 pool.
And we see the good old ring around the rosy play by Select, as he is going to just loop around this base with one single drone following him. That initial drone, initial Marine in the middle of the map, dealing a good amount of damage to that drone, forcing it back. Select is going to be going for a delay bunker rush, but it is going to be a firm bunker rush nonetheless, bringing a lot of SCVs. Only 4 Zerglings are getting produced. This is going to catch Sheth off guard.
Looks like Sheth has no idea that this is actually about to happen to him. Still only 4 lanes in production. No spine crawler whatsoever at the natural. And this is going to be very... Oh, he's actually using 2 larvae to drone. That's what Sean was just seizing.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And he can actually wall off the front with 3 bunkers. There's 1, 2. Oh, he doesn't manage to get it there. Oh, he gets the wall off. This is a devastating push right now. There is almost no way that Zerg can deal with this. You can actually shoot the hatch from these bunkers, loading in and out. Meanwhile, Select's economy is in total tatters. In a terrible position, but Select is hoping to do the big damage that he needs, picking away at that 1 SCV, and he gets it.
Trying to get another one here. It is half HP. The Marines can actually take it out. Oh, and it barely lived 19 HP. 3 spine crawlers started. The bunkers have been loaded up. Looks like an unload there from Select. Then he realizes, hey, I can hit it from the bunker. Let's go ahead and get back inside of that. Spine crawler does finish. What is it? Half HP.
And weirdly enough, now as it finishes, it actually is out of range of the bunker. Very odd that you can actually be in range when building, but out of range when finished. And now we see the 2 bunkers just destroying this hatch. The only hope for Sheth right now is to run all his Zerglings up and deal some huge damage. The last second, here he comes. He needs to target fire those SCVs, but the Queens get taken out. Oh, and he loses the hatchery. Select with the target firing. The Broodlings pop out. More SCVs to the front lines, and now Select finally pulling back, but it's ambiguous as to who came out of that, ahead or behind. We are going to see those spine crawlers slowly waltz their way forward. Select will be building another queen. We'll have Zerglings with speed soon, and we see no expansion for Select started yet.
Spine crawler has repositioned, continuing to produce Marines. Here comes the command center over at the natural. Hatchery started once again for Sheth. There's one spine crawler not burrowed. Is now trying to re-burrow. Select looks a little bit hesitant to move in, obviously, with all of those lings. The longer he waits and the closer that speed gets to being finished, it's going to be harder for him to engage. And now a wall has been formed. It looks like now is the time for Select to fall back, but maybe not. He's trying to get a surround.
Oh no, it looks like Sheth was trying to catch these Marines off guard, but didn't quite realize how many Marines Select had. But as we see the Zergling production continues for Sheth, these are essentially trapped Marines. A couple more Marines on the retreat path. Sheth, as he's picking these off, he's getting a few steps closer to that second set regain. And oh no, it looks like he will get up the ramp. The SCV is desperately trying to block, and it looks like Select barely holds. And there's a target on that one SCV to try to take it down, and there it looks like Sheth has finally eliminated that threat at his front.
You see some more speedlings here trying to cut off these Marines. They're going to probably get that SCV. Marines turn around and will try to finish off these lings. Looks like it will be possible with the Stutter Step Micro. Select will be able to return home. A great start here for Select. If he does win this, he will be taking home that $10,000 first place prize. But if Sheth wins, we'll be going to another best of 3.
Ooh, Select just barely not. Well, oh my God, Select! Select! Oh my God! It lands it just in time. And what do we see Sheth responding with? He knows his opponent is low on workers, low on units, and most importantly, behind on tech. Sheth is going to be going for a giant Baneling bust right at the front door, and it may very well be enough to eliminate Select right off the bat.
You're going to have to get through these 3 racks with those Banelings, but that is quite a bit of Zerglings already. He only has 235 gas, but that will continue as the second extractor has been finished at the natural, and the drones are going over there. If we look back into the main of Select, no tech whatsoever, just now starting the factory, and a lair has been started for Sheth.
You know, it's actually quite clever of Sheth. He's getting the Baneling nest to make sure that he can defend against attacks, but as you heard me say, it is very possible for Zergs to just try to do a Baneling bust right after defending that huge push, and this is exactly what Select is feeling, building this second line of bunkers behind his barracks. He's feeling very concerned that a potential Baneling bust could occur, but now building the 2 factories so we can get out Blue Flame Hellions, get map control, and then begin making tanks 2 at a time for a follow-up push.
400 gas now for Sheth. We still have that lair almost complete here. Adding on 3rd and 4th extractor. No 3rd base as of yet. Just now starting the creep tumor spread here. And the lings are going back to the front of Select's base. He sees that there is possibly 2 bunkers if we go into his view for just 1 second. Yes, he does indeed see the bunkers there. Haven't seen Baneling morphs as a Spire is going to be put down in the main, I believe.
Still significant to note, Sheth has no 3rd base, and he would really like to get that up and started. What is your favorite kind of flame, JP?
The blue flame.
And there it is. Just to make JP happy, Dignitas Select planting down that blue flame upgrade will be going for some big map control. But as we can see, Select only just now starting the Tech Lab add-on at the front. These Mutalisks are going to be quite a pain to deal with unless Select decides to get himself a faster armory. But how is his timing sense at this point in time? Sheth repositioning the Spine Crawlers at the back of his main. The Spire is about halfway done right now. And it looks like no Spine Crawler defense will be able to stop the Hellions in this position. This Spine Crawler is way too far back.
3rd hatchery now begun over at the 3 o'clock position here on Shakur's Plateau. Creep spread once again continuing across the map. This is something that Sheth does almost every game. At the same time, when Select feels like it's time to push out, he'll be able to deny almost all of that. Blue Flame almost complete here. Combat Shield is